You have to write it down.
Okay.
Can't do that either.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Paying for it or not, that doesn't seem right. And you agreeing with Josh.
I'd like to call the Environmental Concerns and Real Property Tax Services meeting to order.
Yeah.
At this time, would anyone like to bring the minutes forward for approval from the prior meeting? Yeah, Mr. Strainer, did Supervisor Cressito on the second. Any questions or concerns on the minutes? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain. Next, privilege in the floor and public comment. Hearing no one, we will move on. We've got discussion items next on the agenda. Kristen, could you walk us through the first item?
Sure. Last meeting, we talked about Queensberry parcel 279-1-26. At the time, we were talking about back taxes. I think we went a little further and there was discussion as to whether or not this could be put back on the tax roll at some point. This was the parcel that was taken in county foreclosure, tax foreclosure. Never should have been taken. It was they tried to sell it twice, it never went. The parcel is an old construction, land construction debris. It's been capped since then. There is back tax on it that's still being addressed through the treasurer's office. But at this time, the assessor has lowered the value to 0. So going forward, there's no more taxes that'll be accumulating on it. So we're gonna just basically stop the bleeding at this point. And as for any remediation or what we can do with the parcel, I talked with Kevin Hajos after the meeting, and he indicated that the cap is pretty shallow and it would really take some consideration as to whether or not we could do anything with the parcel. So at this time, I think we're gonna just let it lie. That's basically the follow-up I had. Questions?
Mr. Supervisor, you too?
Have we done a phase 1 ESA? Anything? Do we know any characterization of environmental contamination?
I am not involved in any of that at this point.
Do you know who put the cap on, the previous owner?
I don't
Yeah.
know that. But I could find out for you.
Right across from the Ridge Road landfill, right?
Yes, yeah.
Directly across the street,
It's across the street from the landfill?
about 50 feet.
Well, I thought it was,
It's on the west side of Jenkinsville.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also it's adjacent to it.
where we have a lot of
Yeah.
PFAS issues.
Yeah, and that's why we didn't want anything to do with it.
right.
Mhm.
But at least at this point, going forward, we're not accumulating any further tax.
How big is the parcel?
Of course, I don't have any of that.
We can answer.
Not that big.
No, it's not. It's, I think it's less than 10 acres. I don't know. I'd have to look. I should have brought my notes from the last meeting. I apologize.
All right, so that's just discussion item number 1. Did you want to walk us through discussion item number 2, please?
Sure. We're looking to increase fees in our office. Frank Thomas at our budget meeting last year had asked if we could try to increase our revenues somewhere, anywhere. And we really haven't taken a look at this since 2015. I think that was the last time we raised our fees in our office. So I have a proposed showing you what the current and then what the proposed is. This is based on looking at counties that are adjacent to us and realizing that we're considerably lower than most of our counties that are right around us. We're charging the same services for the same products and things like that. So we're just looking to add a little bit of revenue to our office. We don't have nearly as much foot traffic as we used to. But we do still have people that come in and get maps, custom maps, copies, reports. I had left a question mark next to the the custom reports. We get requests often in our office to do labels or custom reports, and they want it emailed. And at this time, we don't charge anything. So I think I need to talk with the county attorney's office a little bit more on that one. I think there was some previous discussion as to what we could and couldn't do or provide. Excuse me, I'm getting over something, so I apologize. So that's something that I still need to figure out as to whether or not that's something we could charge for going forward. The bill extracts we provide to banks. It's the entire county file that we provide at town and county and school billing times. So I'm looking to increase those fees as well. And that would, these fees, the proposed fees would put us closer to what other counties throughout the state are charging. Tax roll and bill processing, there's additional sheets that are in your agenda as well. They show what the current billing is for school. And then if we were to change and do a different approach, or change the processing fee, how much more that we may collect in revenues. And then the other is the town and county. Currently for town and county, we charge only for supplies, per page, binders, and we don't charge a processing fee. But as I explained yesterday to Supervisor Patchett, there's a considerable amount of time that goes into processing in our office. If you come down beginning of December, we're buzzing, printers are going, there's a lot happening. So it's our time and our effort and our supplies. So that's what I'm showing on that last sheet. The projected change would be to go to a per parcel fee, and that would be versus charging per supply.
Any discussion or questions from the committee?
Well, legally, what are we supposed to give them? I mean, if they come in and they want this stuff, you know, like the email stuff. I thought that we were like online and people could get information off the line. Don't we have a fee for that?
So right now for them to view our parcel search, it's free. They can print from their homes. There's no fee there, but some people want a custom report. They want to know all the lakefront homes. They want to know anybody that owns waterfront. They want to have all the residential in a particular town. It depends on who's asking and what they want. We can customize pretty.
So we charge people for that.
Right now, I don't charge anything for emailing, but if somebody wanted like mailing labels, we do charge a fee.
Well, there's still office time involved in gathering the information to give them the emails.
Yes.
So is that our responsibility to pay for that?
To charge for it, that's what I'm asking. And that's what I think I need to talk to the county attorney's office a little more as to whether or not that's.
Well, I think there's public records and they're all allowed to come in and look at the public records and pay for the fee to copy them. Now, I can't see taking, you know, time of our employees to get them all this information and give it to them on email for free when we've got a cost involved in it.
Right, but they can't customize the report. Like, we don't have a program right now that's customizable that they could put in all sorts of parameters to get exactly what they want if it's something pretty specific.
Further from any commit, Mr. Supervisor Niles?
Is there any feeling in your department that those requests, a lot of them are unwarranted? Is it being abused because it's free?
Not necessarily. I mean, they usually.
It has nothing to do with oil, right?
No, they often will ask if there's a fee, but like I said, at this point, we don't charge one, so
Yeah.
there is no fee. I don't think anyone takes advantage. They do offer or at least ask, but we don't have anything set up at the moment, so.
Anything further from any of the supervisors? Hearing nothing. I just had one comment. The school tax billing sounds, you know, reasonable, the increase, but when we talk about, this is just my personal feeling, the increasing proposed printing fees, so to speak. You know, who are we really affecting? Is it just the average homeowner, or are we, it doesn't seem like we'd be making much more money with the proposed increase, you know? I look at it like more like the county wants to should want to break even, not have it be a massive revenue driver. Because I mean, I don't know, did we have a projected profit increase for the printing fees that this would do for us?
I could provide that to you
Yeah,
if we bring this forward as moving it.
yeah, okay. You know, because if we're really just gonna make an extra couple, $3,000 or something like that off of the average homeowner, you know, maybe it's nice to just keep it affordable. Just thinking out loud. Did you have anything further, Ms. McEwen?
No, like I said, the big thing is we have not changed our fees since 2015. Some of this is tedious. The way that we bill right now is challenging. We're already busy and we're trying to keep track of pages and how much we're printing, which definitely can be a challenge. Because your concern is more about having accuracy in the tax roll and what you're doing versus keeping track of how many pages. So sometimes I wonder how accurate some of this is. So going to a per parcel fee or a processing fee is why I feel as though it's a little more, it would be standardized and you kind of just, it makes more sense than going with a per page or supply fee.
Sure. Okay, Supervisor Etu?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I was just gonna say, in response to your comment, if we haven't raised them in 11 years and these proposals are based on a market analysis of like counties, then I would rather raise them now than 5 or 10 years from now and we have to triple them because we're so far behind. We had a similar discussion with building and ground or code inspection fees at the end of last year. We didn't necessarily need to raise them, but if we didn't, we're gonna have to raise them a lot down the road just to keep up with.
Right. And the toner and the things that we use, we have a specialized plotter downstairs that the ink cartridges are $80 a piece, so.
Supervisor Bede?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Yeah, I think I could support this. I don't see anything excessive. If it's comparable to other counties. And we've been actually behind. And because I'm not keen on raising taxes and. But in this instance, I feel we've actually been behind the 8 ball in what we charge from Warren County. So reluctantly, I'll support this. Did we come to any conclusion on the custom reports? I know we were discussing that, so.
I think it's something I need to discuss
gonna
a
come
little
back.
further with the county attorney's office. Last week I was rather ill, so putting together my agenda was quick, so I apologize. I did the best I could with.
And so these fees don't exceed other counties.
No, we're still under in some
Okay, we're
situations.
Still behind, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I can support that now.
Thank you.
Anything further from the committee? Mr. Supervisor Niles?
I agree with Nate and you on both points, but I tend to lean a little bit towards letting it slide a long time, kind of bites you at some point. From personal experience in Luzerne, we've kicked the can down the road on several items. Now it's tough to get the butt back up.
Hearing anything else from the committee? Okay, did we want to, I assume the appropriate thing would be to put this on the agenda for next month? Okay, did everyone in agreement to move this forward onto next month's agenda? Okay. Moving on down the line here, privilege of the floor and public comment. Please, if you could please, yes, if you could please go to the podium and state your name, please.
Yes, I'm Lisa Adamson. I'm here with my partner on our climate team, Chris Hoy, and also representing Diane Collins. A lot of you know Diane and possibly even me. We've come to the Board of Supervisors over the past few years, quarterly, just to be sure that you're aware that we are a potential resource for you if you are interested in climate smart communities or possibly information or events or speakers that would help your communities organize around climate action and mitigation. I am on the Queensberry and the Warren County CSC committee, and Chris and I also are hosting an event this Sunday at the Saratoga Library with a third act upstate and we'll have a very good speaker presenting issues around renewable energy. But mostly, thank you Supervisor Patchett for letting me use privilege of the floor and to offer to you that we'd like to be available to you if you need a citizens task force or if you need any of the resources that we may have garnered over the year with climate activism. And what we'd like to aspire to is the model that the Warren County Zero Waste recently used with the DPW, with the Public Works Committee, in setting up the composting and recycling projects that look to be on track and very successful. And if we can be of use to you, perhaps start a citizen study group. So, and Chris, do you have anything you'd like to add? Okay, so just if you would be aware of us, and perhaps at another meeting, we could come back and present more in depth.
Thank you, Ms. Adamson. Anyone else like to speak at public comment, privilege of the floor? Hearing no one, I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn. Supervisor Strainer, all those in favor?
Aye.